Well, the reality is that we have urban water systems that are not designed to fight wildfires or put out entire sort of, mountainsides that are on fire. And we are having, very high severity events that are unprecedented. And so, unfortunately, urban systems are just not fully equipped or have traditionally been expected to be equipped to fight this magnitude of wildfire.
I think if we stay here, just go there. Last update we had, there was no water. So we can just do that. Right next to that thing. It's pretty safe.
The demand was just overwhelming. This is a catastrophic situation that, we have kind of this this trifecta of conditions that have come together. We had extremely wet winters in 2023 and 24, which encouraged a lot of vegetative growth, and then followed by an unprecedentedly dry few months. We have essentially had no detectable rainfall since about May of last year. So all of that vegetation that grew very effectively during the 23-24 years is extraordinarily dry now. And then the third component, of course, was these ferocious winds. We had winds that came with extreme force and very erratic in nature. And so literally sort of a perfect firestorm of factors that came together to create an extreme demand for water in a very short amount of time. In the case of the Palisades fire, which is, I think, the one that's getting more attention around the water issue, even though we have multiple fires burning simultaneously, this is under the jurisdiction of the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, which has a very sophisticated and, technically competent, supply in the region. And they were actually quite well prepared. But the topography of that particular fire makes it such that it's generally hard to get water supply up to areas that are higher elevation. So, this is a part of Los Angeles that is coastal, but is in the Santa Monica Mountains. So you're essentially bringing water up to this, rather steep terrain. So, that takes a lot of power, it takes a lot of energy and cost. We also have to have very tough conversations about whether building in what you sometimes hear called the wildland urban interface and rebuilding in those spaces makes sense, because these types of upgrades, if we were to make them, would cost an incredible amount. These are not inexpensive fixes. That cost can't reasonably just be borne by the city of Los Angeles and other residents and others, other businesses that are not in those communities. The issue is, I think that we have much more of this climate whiplash sort of phenomenon, where we have very, very wet years followed by very dry years. And that is in and of itself very problematic, because it creates more susceptibility in places that didn't used to be quite so high risk. And
I know this looks pretty stupid, but if I can save one ember from burning down my house, I'll take the risk. I pray to God it